Okay, standard form. Now, with standard form, you can write any number as a number between 1 and 10, multiply then by power of 10. So when you see this number here, 5,800, we want to make this number so it's between 1 and 10. So you've got to ask yourself, where should the decimal point go? If I write this out slightly more, so there's more gaps between the digits. Okay. At the moment the decimal point is here, but if I want the number to be between 1 and 10, decimal point should go here. Okay, 5.8 is between 1 and 10. Now notice I've moved the decimal point. Okay, I'm going to move in the decimal point from here, move it 1, 2, 3 places. Okay, I moved it 3 places, so my answer will be 5.8 times 10, so I moved it 3 places, to the power 3. Now in this one, I've got 0.004. For the number between 1 and 10, I'd have to move the decimal point so it's here. Okay, so I end up having 4. That number is between 1 and 10. I then times 10. Now this time I'm moving the decimal point from here over to here, so I'm going the opposite direction. 1, 2, 3. 3 places. So it's 4 times 10, but because I'm going the other way, moved it the other way, it's minus 3. Okay, the power is minus 3. When you have a very small number, this is a very small number, the power is minus. When you have quite a big number, the power is positive. Okay, number 2, so same situation here. Decimal point is at the end. To make the number between 1 and 10, we need the decimal point here. So decimal point is moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 places. So this is 3.5 times 10, and of course it's positive 7 because it's a big number. In this one, decimal point is moved, so we need it to be between the 1 and the 3. So we get 1.3. And it's moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places. So it'll be times 10, but this time to the minus 5 because it's a small number. This one now express 5.4 times 10 to the minus 3 as a decimal. 5.4. Now because the power is minus 3, this number is going to become really small. Okay. Now of course this is different to what we've done in 1 and 2. In this one they've given us the question in standard form. Now we want to write it as a decimal. But as I said, because it's a minus power, this is going to be really small. The decimal point needs to move to the left. Okay, decimal point needs to move to the left, and we're going to have loads of zeros here. Okay, I can write loads of zeros if I want. Now it's going to move 3 places, so we'll go 1, 2, 3. That's where it's going to end up. So that will give me 0 point. I've got 2 zeros, and then 5, 4. That's my answer. Question 4. Now remember, now this is without a calculator. What I would do first here now, I would first of all work out 3 times 1.2. Just focus on that. 3 times 1.2 is 3.6. Okay, because 3 lots of 1 is 3, 3 lots of 0.2 is 0.6, so 3.6. Now that number is great. It's between 1 and 10. It's where I want it, so we can work with that. Times 10 then. Now all you've got to do is use the rules of indices. Because you've got 10 to the power 2 here, 10 to the power 3, you add the powers, and we get 10 to the power 5. Same with number 5, 2.1 times 3, that works out to be 6.3. And I'm happy with that number. That number is between 1 and 10. Times then 10, again, because we multiply in, you add the powers. Minus 5 add 8 is 3. And there's our answer. Number 6, do the same thing, but be careful this time, because when you multiply the numbers, 3 times 4 is 12. Now, 12 is not between 1 and 10. It's not between 1 and 10. In order to make it between 1 and 10, we'd need to change this to be 1.2. That would be between 1 and 10. But in that case, the decimal point has gone from here over to here, so it's moved 1 place. So this will be 1.2 times 10 to to the power 1. Okay, so we've got this 1.2 times 10 to the power of 1. Our overall answer now, of course, will be 1.2 times 10 to the power of 1, but we need to consider this as well. 10 to the power of 5 times 10 to the power of minus 3. We add these powers, so that will become 10 to the power of 2. We're left then to finish off with this 1.2 times 10 to the power of 3. Okay, question 7. Divide. Now with divide, again, you deal with the bigger numbers first. 4.8 divided by 1.2. Well, 1.2 goes into 4.8 4 times exactly. If you think about it, it goes into it 4 times exactly. So my answer would be 4 times 10. With the powers, of course, when you're dividing using indices, when you divide, you take away the powers. So you have to the power 12. With this one, 5.6 divided by 2 is 2.8. So 2.8 times 10. Now be careful here. Take away the powers. You have 6. We want to take away negative 3. Now remember, if you're taking away a negative, 2 minuses together make a plus. So that's actually going to be 10 to the power of 9. Here, 4.5 divided by 9. Now we're dividing here now by a larger number. So we need a little bit more work here. If we've got a decimal and a fraction, we could scale it up. We could double the top, couldn't we? If we double the top, we get 9, but we have to double the bottom. We get 18. So if you see that now, 9 over 18, that will become 1/2 simplified, or 0.5. So 0.5 is the answer. Now in my overall answer at the end, 0.5 I'm not going to be able to use because it's got to be between 1 and 10. So 0.5 becomes 5 times 10. Now I need to move the decimal point this way. It becomes a -1. My overall answer then will be 5 times 10 to the -1, and then I need to take away these powers. 8 take away 12 is -4. So this will equal 5 times 10 to the -5. Last one, 3 times 10 to the 4. Well, 10 to the 4 will be 10,000, because it's just 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. So this will be 30,000. This will be 3 times 10 to the -4. Okay, so again, you think about standard form. You start with 3 decimal point. This -4, we're going to go this way. So you have loads of zeros here. The point will move 1, 2, 3, 4 places. So we end up having 0.0003. 10 to the 2 times 10 to the 5 is 10 to the power 7. So we've got 10 million there, quite a large number. 7 zeros. And then 10 to the 0, anything to the power 0 is just 1. Now if we were to put these in ascending order, the smallest would be this one. So 3 times 10 to the -4. The next one would be this one, 10 to the 0. Then we've got this one, 3 times 10 to the power 4, and then the largest one is 10 squared times 10 to the power 5.